And it doesn't matter if it's success personally, spiritually, professionally, relationally, whatever it is. If you want to think of that as, success is in a box and there's this combination lock on the box. And so but in order to attain the success in whatever the area is, you've got to open the box, right? Open the combination lock. Well, throughout your life, through experiences, through seminars attended, through audios you listen to, books you read, sermons you listen to, workshops, what have you, you pick up a number in the combination along the way. Now, what's fascinating is we don't always know where the number is going to come from, right? Which is why we have to listen to all of it, read all of it, attend all of it. But my goal with what I do is to be a number in your combination. Eventually, you put all the numbers together, the combination or the lock opens, and the box opens up. Then, of course, whatever's in it is yours. So my goal is to simply be one of your numbers. Hi everybody, Brian Hicks here, author of The Tinderbox Tapes and columnist in Benefit Selling Magazine, and coming to you here today from the front porch just outside of Nashville, Tennessee. I appreciate you stopping by the site. Before you go any farther, just wanted to draw your attention to a couple of things. If you've heard me speak, you've probably heard this story, but I want to share it right here because it really is the foundation of what I do. About 20 years, a little over 20 years ago now, I married my high school sweetheart, and my father, who's a minister, performed the ceremony. And in the ceremony, he read from the book of Leviticus. And I know what you're thinking, right? Of course, nothing says marital bliss like the book of Leviticus. Even if you haven't read the Bible, you're going, what? I thought you should read one of those Corinthians or something. Exactly. But he read from Leviticus, and it was fascinating because here's what was going on in the book of Leviticus. God was giving direction to Moses and Aaron about how they were supposed to do their worship. Now, what's interesting about the Jewish faith is that at that time, they burnt things on altars. And as we say in the South, whatever they put on the altar had to burn slap up. It was very important. So God in Leviticus chapter 6, verses 12 and 13, is giving a command to Moses and Aaron. And he says, make sure the fire is always burning on the altar, never let it go out. He says the priest is supposed to basically stay on top of that 24 hours a day to keep that fire burning. Add the wood, keep it burning, never let it go out. My dad read this passage. He looks at Tina and I and he says, tend the flame. If you want to be able to say 20 years from now, if you want to be able to look back and say 20 years ago, the best advice I have for you is tend the flame. And the more I've thought about that over the years, as I've been a salesperson myself and trained salespeople over the years, I've realized, holy cow, that's not just good advice for marriage, that's good advice for everything you do. Because whether you're tending the flame of a relationship or a purpose passionately pursued, it is vitally important that you keep the fire burning always. Never let it go out. But here's the problem. We live in a set it and forget it world, don't we? We have auto bill pay. We have automated scheduled sprinkler systems for our yards. We even have gas logs in the fireplace, which means that we can neglect all those things and yet the bills still get paid, the grass is still green, and the fire keeps us warm in the evening. But here's my cheesy motivational speaker phrase of the day. There are no gas logs in your heart. That flame needs constant attention. And that's what this site is about, and that's what my career is all about, is helping you find new ways to keep the fire burning on that altar, as it were, to tend the flame of your passion for those relationships in your life and for the purposes that you long to pursue. So it doesn't matter, guys, even though I've got a background in sales, it doesn't matter whether you're a salesperson or an employee, a writer, a musician, a homemaker, a marathon runner. It doesn't matter. Whatever your passion is, I exist to help you tend that flame. That's the purpose of the Tinderbox Tapes, is as Mike Sr.'s dad points out in the book, and if you've read the book, you already know, as he points out, I want this to be, as a tinderbox used to be back in the 18th century, it was a way to, you kept all your supplies there for starting a fire. So he says, I want this tinderbox to be that ignition for you, that'll start the fire and keep the fire burning. Always, never let it go out. So here's what I hope you'll do. There's a sign-in box over here on the, I think it's over here. It'll be on your right, whatever side that is. I always get it mixed up. It'll be on your right. And it says put in your name and email address. When you do, you will get a free download. You'll get an email link to download an audio program called Astound Yourself Today. It's a popular keynote speech that I give, a workshop that I teach as well. And it's all about choosing capable over content, choosing capable over convenient, choosing capable over what somebody comes along and bestows upon you out of the goodness of their heart, as it were. But all of that feeds into tending this flame and keeping that fire burning always, never let it go out. So I hope you'll submit that information there and get the free download. And then from there, guys, we're gonna have a great ride. We're going to have video and audio available to you. I do not fill up your inbox. We all get a lot of email. So the way I look at it is when I've got something to say, you're going to hear from me. And when I don't, you won't. But also you'll be in line then to receive a brand new audio program I'm very excited about called 30 Days of Doing It Different. I believe strongly that 30 days from now, a year from now, 10 years from now, everything's going to be the same for you unless you do something different today. But there's more about all that on the other side. So go ahead, put in your name, email address. We'll send you the free link, get you inducted, as it were, into the PLU Nation. Guys, I hope you have a great day. AYT.